The screen is upside down because I had to put the phone in upside down because the top can't go here because that's where the silly dashboard curve is.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So our time is upside down.
You're going to be listening upside down.
Yes. All of our listeners should know that you're listening to this podcast upside down.
Which I think means that if the microphone in the phone technically has a left and right side, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't, even though it exports stereo, not mono.
It is going to be.
It's going to be
backwards.
reversed.
Yes.
So you should take your right headphone out and put it in your left ear, and vice versa.
Yes. You need to put on your headset backwards. I know it feels wrong, but trust me, it's right. This is the way it was intended to be listened to. All right, so.
By the way, I'm here. I've never been in a podcast before.
Yeah, you have. You were in the last one.
I was in It's All Good in My Wood.
Exactly.
Not
That's part of the podcast.
We did put the It's All Good in My Wood, like, kind of in the middle of the podcast.
I know, I saw it.
So,
I listened to the podcast. I was behind, but I listened to it.
So this is
she didn't know about it until I Skyped her earlier today.
Yeah.
Okay. This is sort of Sarah's debut onto the pod.
Thank you.
So, this is Sarah. She is a human. Sarah, do you want to share anything else about yourself?
I'm the only sister in all these brothers.
She's the only sister among all the brothers.
What did you call it? The four amigos and their sister?
Yes, she is the sister of the four amigos and their sister.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are driving. As always. That was one controversial thing about our new bit, It's All Good in My Woods. We're not driving when we record that.
Yeah.
Which is one reason why it's in the name. Didn't want people to get shocked too much. So we were like, let's put in there that we're in the woods. We're not in a vehicle. I feel like it disarmed people, made them a little bit less alarmed. Hoping that there are less heart attacks. Still pleasant shocks, enough to drop your sandwich on the floor, but not enough that you don't pick it up in the 5-second rule, Like it shocks you, but it shocks you just enough that you drop the sandwich and then you come back to your surroundings and immediately grab the sandwich and consume it.
Glad I wasn't eating a sandwich while I was watching that.
Warning, not safe to eat sandwiches while listening to the pod. It's just a no-go. It's too surprising, too spontaneous. You might drop your sandwich. So if you're gonna eat a sandwich when you're listening to the pod, remain seated until you finish your sandwich. This podcast might be of revolutionary new quality because it's being recorded on a different mobile device, a much better mobile device.
Oh,
or it might be terrible because I'm using a different app on a different device, and this app might suck.
You couldn't get the other app?
Well, if you switch from Android to iOS, apps don't transfer great. I could get a voice recording app that is free and that has ads, but I'm just using the one that came on the device that I got, which is an Apple device.
Do you have an iPhone?
Yes.
That's weird. Okay.
Wait, what? Oh, Garet didn't know. I got an iPhone because all my other phones broke, but I still have them. So I have 3 phones. All of them technically work. One of them half the screen doesn't work. One of them is so slow that it can only do one thing at a time, and by that I mean like one thing open in the task manager. So if you would like to, let's say, record the pod, you can't do anything else. But also, let's say you would like to turn the flashlight on, you can't be doing anything else while the flashlight is on. You have to close all of your other apps and then turn on the flashlight. Otherwise, the phone will just get overwhelmed. And fun fact, it isn't supposed to do this, and it didn't do it when I bought it, but this phone that I'm not going to name the company it came from, it's not Apple or Samsung. It's a really cheap other phone. And it has developed this thing in its old age of about 8 months old, where when you ask it to do too many things, which at this point is to have an app open and have the flashlight on, it will just restart, like shut down and then restart back up again. Also, if you connect to Wi-Fi, it will then start to import all of your things from all of the apps, and it will be like, this person texted you, and this person messaged you, and this person liked your post, and this person and then it will restart because even though no apps are open, it can't handle the fact that it has all this intake of Wi-Fi. So you'll just have to, like, whenever you go into a Wi-Fi, like whenever you encounter a Shaw open, you just have to put the phone down and leave it for about 5 minutes because it has to get everything and then shut down and then restart and then open everything up and then be like, whew, okay, whew, I'm okay now, and then it's fine. But yeah, it's good.
We're going to talk about Christmas presents.
Yes, we are going to talk about Christmas presents. Garrett, what did you ask for Christmas?
Jeans, because I'm down to I think 3 pairs that
Yeah, I feel
I can
that.
stand wearing and I find to be decent in public.
I get that. I know. Like, as I have turned into an adult, meaning since I graduated and figured out what style means and like what like appropriate wear means, like not just like you have to be wearing clothes, but also like it's no longer acceptable for you to wear pants that are like 3 sizes too big and just like have a belt. That's no longer cool. Also, just wearing pants that are inexplicably too short in public also is no longer acceptable. So
Pants that are too short?
yeah, you just kind of have to like have a drawer or like a shelf or just like a recluse corner of a closet that you just kind of throw all of those unacceptable pants in, and then only like wear them on your day off when you're 90% sure you're not going to go in public. You're just going to like lurk in your man cave.
In my case, most of the pants that I find unwearable in public but still have is because they have holes in them.
Oh, okay. I see. I wouldn't mind that so much.
Some of them are okay, and not the ones I'm wearing right now, but the ones that I was wearing earlier today.
Yeah.
I was biking once, and
Oh, yep.
and I normally tuck my pant leg in my sock on my right side.
If you get, by the way, just a short thing. If you ever see someone walking around in public and their right pant leg is tucked into their right sock,
They're
and
a
their
biker.
and their left pant leg is just hanging loose, it's because they're a cyclist and they don't want that right pant leg getting caught in the front
In the
sprocket.
chain. Yeah.
So just give them the finger guns and then be like, thanks for doing your part, man, saving the environment. And they will like have no idea how you know that they're a cyclist unless they're highly experienced and they've had people give them the finger guns many times.
Or they know they have their pants like that.
But they will appreciate it.
And in my case, I've had it many times before where it just slightly catches and then it lets go. And that's okay.
Yeah.
It kind of like slowly shreds the edge of your jeans.
Yeah,
But
like
it's
the,
not-
like that bottom cuff of your jeans. Yeah.
But it's not too bad and usually doesn't show too much. But I had this one pair of jeans where I was biking along and for whatever reason, my jeans like wrapped around the sprocket and like clung onto it for a section like maybe 15 centimeters long.
Yeah.
And thankfully I was in a position where I could coast to a stop safely.
Yeah.
Because there was no more acceleration.
There was no more acceleration.
I had to like peel my jeans off of the sprocket.
Oof.
And all along the place where they were stuck to it was ripped right open.
Oh yeah.
So what I did was I took them back home and carefully put duct tape on the inside. And the duct tape,
Love it.
The duct tape, I've washed them I think twice maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 times. And so far the duct tape has held beautifully.
Oh, guys.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah,
if you're a single guy who is either going to college or just working, or if you're just a single guy, period, and you rip your jeans, what do? You duct tape the inside. It's classy. It makes you feel great. Not wearable in public, but still beautiful for your commute to anywhere on your
Places.
Well,
bicycle.
I tape them on the inside, so I do consider those wearable in public. Because you can't see it too much on the outside, and it's on the inside of the leg.
Yeah.
So it's not always visible. And there's one pair of jeans that have tiny pockets. I think they might. I think they might be made for women. I'm not sure.
that thing where when you find out that one of your pairs of jeans might be women's jeans. You've been wearing them since you were 14, and you're not quite sure. You know that at some point your mom bought them from a thrift store for one of the boys,
and they look kind of like mom jeans from the back.
they look kind of like mom jeans, from the caboose, but you're not sure. You're like, these might be mom jeans. They might just be a really badly made pair of jeans for guys. You're not sure. But anyway, tiny pockets. Absolutely useless.
I hate it when they give you pockets, but they sew them shut. So it, you just look like you have pockets. To be cool.
Do you know what you do at that point? You savagely rip them open. You just take a knife to those and you're like, do you know what? If I can't have pockets, I can at least have something to stick my hand in that people think are pockets.
But I think...
then your hand's just like awkwardly against your leg. But do you know what? People think you aren't awkwardly doing that. People think that you have your hands in your pockets and you look like sweet. You look like swick.
I would just be worried that if I sat the wrong way, the pocket would like open up and there would just be a big hole in my pants.
You've ruined my plan. Yeah, don't do that. Just don't buy those jeans. Don't have them. If you have them, burn them.
I only figured out that my shorts didn't have pockets until Mom bought them.
Yeah, when you're buying clothes, you just need to make sure that the pockets are real before you buy it, and just boycott all pocketless garments.
I mean, I'm past the point of boycotting. I'm to the point of if someone owns a pair of those jeans, you should take them, drive to Philadelphia, find the place where that scene from all the Rocky movies was filmed, where those guys are standing around that burn barrel.
Oh,
and they're warming their hands up, and Rocky's there with those other homeless guys,
and throw the jeans in the burn barrel.
And find those guys from that movie who are, of course, actually exist and are around a real burn barrel and are still there. You know that those homeless guys from Rockies are still there, standing around that burn barrel, just chatting it up. You know that inexplicably in the background, Eye of the Tiger is just playing. Every once in a while, Sylvester Stallone runs by in a gray tracksuit, just training it up. Some montage music just following him inexplicably. And you go there, you find that burn barrel, and then you dramatically throw them into the burn barrel, and then just chat with some homeless guys for a couple hours, and then drive home. This is your pilgrimage. This is the pilgrimage of the pocketless pants that you need to make. And you know what? You will come back a stronger and better person. Also, you will have one pair less pants. So you'll proceed to go to a store and make sure that the pants that you buy have pockets. Also, make sure they're appropriate for public and that they're not some cyclists or some cyclists' ruined pants that are just sneakily duct taped on the inside.
What else was on your list, Garet?
What else is on your Christmas list?
Paper shredder. A guitar capo, because I'm learning how to play acoustic guitar, but I don't have a capo yet.
What's a capo? Like a tuner?
No. I have a tuner. A capo is a clip that you put...
A clamp.
Okay, a clamp. Yeah, that's a better word for it. That you put on the neck of the guitar, halfway through where the strings are, that clamps the strings halfway down, and it causes all of the strings to make a different sound. Yeah, because they're effectively shorter. There's a shorter part of the string that's vibrating.
Yeah. So the closer it is to the body of the guitar, the higher pitch noise it will make.
I think my ukulele might have.
Yeah, your ukulele might have a capo. But a ukulele is already like in such a high key that I don't know if you should use a capo. You might like break some eardrums. But yeah, you can capo one of those two. Oh, it's time for how about a snack?
What?
So this is, I don't know if you guys have heard this bit. It was in the last episode, the one where our first All Good in the Woods was in. I think that was episode 7.
I think
Yes,
by
right.
that do you just mean that you said the phrase, let's have a snack?
No, it's how about a snack?
Oh.
And this is the part where we review a snack.
Oh,
so,
review. Okay.
Is that what
on the
you
pod,
want
I believe there's episode 7. We reviewed, what was it?
Is it the pretzel sticks?
No, we reviewed like the idea of vegetable platters. So
Right.
yeah, we talked about. You guys can listen to the episode. I'm not going to say everything we said because that'll get boring for people who've heard it. But yeah, you can go back and listen to us talk about vegetable platters in episode 7. The unreleased episode 8, which I still need to give to Garet to release. We talked about XL polarized gum. And we ate that in the car. We didn't eat it, it's gum. We spit it out. We reviewed that as well. And now we're going to review ranch flavored Bugles. So,
Oh, wow.
grab a
The
couple
original.
Bugles.
That sounds exotic.
Always get the flavored ones, never original. I don't think
Sarah, have some rancher Bugles.
Okay.
So, if anyone's looking for these in the store, they can be found with regular Bugles, except for they are blue, and they say ranch on the front. We're not sponsored by Bugles, but I wish we were. Bugles, contact range.
Awesome. Maybe
So,
one day in the future.
Rancher Bugle is like a classic Bugle. Well, corn snack. It's like a chip, but it's shaped like a tiny bugle, so you can play it. Here, I'll give you a little bit of that. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but I'm blowing air through a bugle. These the ranch Bugles are just like a classic bugle, except for they've got a little bit of like a ranch powder on them. Tastes kind of like a ranch Dorito, but better. You still have the classic ability to stick them on your fingers and pretend that you are
A witch.
your
A witch.
your fingers are dwarves. That's what it is. Your fingers are the 7 dwarves, except for you either have 5 or 10, depending on how many hands you're using. So you kind of have to pretend like you are disfigured. But yeah, I like them. I like ranch Bugles. I think they're pretty good.
Ranch isn't amazing, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a very intense ranch flavor.
No.
But I think that's a good thing.
I feel like it doesn't hit quite as hard as a ranch Dorito, but it's subtle. It's just subtle enough that it makes me want to eat more. But I don't know what it is.
And
Because
it's not as salty as normal because, like, if you eat too many normal Bugles, you get super thirsty. But with these,
Yeah.
you can eat tons without getting thirsty.
the thing I think about Bugles that makes me love Bugles.
Do you have the water?
Ew, what is this? Oh, that's a wet toilet paper roll.
Oh.
I'm sorry, everyone. I don't normally keep wet toilet paper rolls in my car, but I've been working like a ridiculous amount in the past few days, overnight stuff, and it's a long story, but snow and rain and a toilet paper roll in your car, and
That's
you end up
totally
with a soakingly wet toilet paper roll in your car,
Here you go.
which is not fun. No, I wanted the pop.
What? Oh.
I'm reaching down for the pop.
There's one in here.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yes,
okay.
thank you. What was I saying? Bugles. I love Bugles because I don't love them. I like them. I like Bugles because they're small. So if I had a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos and I had a bag of Ranch flavored Bugles and I ate one every second, which of course is how fast I eat them, I would run out of Doritos way faster. The Bugles just seem to last, you know? Because of course you can try and grab a handful of Bugles and then shove them in your mouth like this. You end up cutting your mouth because they're sharp. They're sharp Bugles.
They're sharp, is what he's saying.
I just keep blowing through this Bugles.
The pointy part ends up spearing the top of your mouth, and then that's a disaster. So you gotta eat your Bugles 1 or 2 at a time, which makes them last longer. So you know what?
But the way that
I feel like they're a win.
the way that the Bugles crunch, they don't actually crunch into sharp pieces. Sometimes the chips do. The Bugles do.
Oh yeah.
And the Bugles like break up into perfect little pieces, and you get all of that Bugle flavor. And yeah, but like with the chip, as soon as you put it in your mouth, like your tongue and the top of your mouth touch the chip, and the flavor is absorbed.
Yeah.
But because the Bugle's round, you gotta chew it, and it's like the flavor lasts a little longer. It's like you unlock like the 3-dimensional flavor, you know?
You get a little bit of corn at the end. It's just perfect.
At this point, the sane people listening to this podcast, okay, most of the sane people listening to this podcast, are questioning, does this guy have much too much of an affection for Bugles? The answer is yes. I'm way too invested in Bugles.
Yeah.
In fact, I may or may not have bought some stock in this. But we should rate Bugles out of 5 stars.
Out of 5?
Out of 5 stars.
Why not
So this is not ranch Bugles, but Bugles in general.
No. Sorry, Ranch
Ranch
Bugles.
Bugles.
Oh, okay.
We're rating Ranch Bugles as a snack out of 5 stars.
Cheddar Bugles are actually really good too.
Like, is this were a Google review of a brand?
I have to take into account the fact that they have no positive nutritional value.
But at the same time, you gotta remember that what we reviewed last time was gum, which has also no nutritional value. It doesn't even have sugar in it.
It's a snack, Garet. It's not. Is this good for you?
Snacks can be good for you.
True.
agree.
Like
Snacks have no
veggie platters
excuse.
can.
They should be good for you, just like you expect all other food to be.
But remember, you're rating this as a snack. So 5 stars would be not the perfect snack, but the best snack.
I disagreed. Well, wait. What? Wouldn't the oh?
So
Okay, wait.
I'm saying that the scale isn't utterly horrific to perfect. It's worst snack to best snack.
So best snack that I've experienced, or best snack that I would guess
Well,
that exists in the world?
Yeah, just like your ideals of a snack. So you're like, it's got to be nutritional.
Oh. Okay.
So let's say like you might have a 3-tier system. You might say like rate it on its nutrition, rate it on its addictiveness, rate it on my general likability of it. So for me, it would be like nutrition, 5 out of 5 stars. Addictiveness, 5 out of 5 stars.
Okay, wait. Does
General loving itness, 5 out of 5 stars.
Does 5 out of 5 stars for
Very
addictiveness mean that it is addictive? And
It means that like
I think so.
Are you considering addictiveness to be a good thing? Because I don't.
when it comes to snacks,
No,
maybe. I'm decided yet.
Okay.
I think I would rate it a 3.5.
I would say
Or
the 3
3.
basic things would be like endurance sounds like the wrong word, but like lastability.
Yes.
So like for the gum we reviewed, lastability would be like how long does the gum flavor stick around? How long
Okay.
is chewing the gum an enjoyable experience? For veggie platters, it would be like how long can veggie platter like maintain its goodness? So because veggie platter has a little bit of variety, maybe like 4 veggies, maybe 6 veggies, it would rate pretty high on the lastability because you could eat different veggies and it would change it up a bit. In this case, we're reviewing like a packaged snack. So Ranch Bugles, how long is it lastable? Like, if you start eating them, are you going to eat the whole bag? And
I
are you
would
going
not.
to feel good about it?
I would feel sick if I ate the whole bag.
Mm-hmm. So
Just
I
'cause
feel
my
like
body would.
I feel like they last.
I would always eat chips by the bag, so that's just me.
Sarah's saying that she would savagely devour the entire bag, including the actual bag.
Possible.
Possible. So I would say, like lastability, 4 out of 5 stars. I would feel bad if I ate a whole bag in one sitting, but I continue to want to eat them, even though at some point I stop myself because I know I'll get sick. I would say general goodness, 5 out of 5 stars. Nutritional value, I'm gonna say 2 stars. Because technically, they're a corn chip.
Yeah.
Well, no, 1 star. I'm going with 1 star. Because a corn chip, like, it's corn.
Yeah.
Your body already has, at any given time, the maximum allowable amount of corn. So, yeah. I'm going to have to go with 1 star for nutrition, 5 stars for lovability, 4 stars for likability. I'd say that averages out
10
to...
stars for addictiveness,
that averages out to like 3.3 stars.
Yeah, I said 3.5. So
I'm just gonna bump that up. I'm gonna say that 3.3 rounds up to 4, and I'm gonna give Ranch Bugles 4 out of 5 stars. Final review. What do you think, Garet?
I would give them 3 out of 5.
And Sarah rated them 3.5 out of 5.
So it rounds out to about 3.5.
All right, I accept that.
Can I have more now?
Can I advertise different fruit products that I've been drinking lately?
Yes, you may. Advertise away.
So I told Mom and Dad about this at some point over Skype, and I don't know if the information got around to you. But I've been drinking something called Milk Fuel.
Whoa.
Which
is like fuel for a cow.
It's like Soylent in that it's meant to replace food.
Whoa. You're drinking Soylent Green? It's people! Soylent Green is people!
Yeah, it's kind of.
I think that
joke.
movie reference is way too old, and I haven't even seen the movie.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I think that movie came out before I was born, so I'm sorry to everyone who's actually seen it and who's like, who is this kid and what is he doing? I'm also sorry to everyone who hasn't seen it because you're totally confused right now. It's people! Soylent Green is people! Anyway, that's the apocalypse. What were you saying?
But there's actually this product called Soylent, and it's I think the most popular meal replacement drink.
Yeah.
But there are cheaper ones, and I found a website that listed a whole bunch of them, and I systematically went through them and found the cheapest one that I could drink.
As you do, you know.
Per
You didn't watch the Red Link thing? They did a whole challenge. Not challenge. They did a whole taste test on like meal replacement
On
drinks.
Soylent.
Okay.
Look at that.
No, I didn't look at that at all. I don't keep up with GMM, and
Oh, it was like
my
2
main
years
concern
ago.
my main concern was not the flavor. I mean it needs to be something I can tolerate. But,
They did it by the price.
yeah,
and
but I think they're going to let the flavor influence them a lot more than the price compared to how I would
Also,
weigh things.
they're reviewing things that you can get in Los Angeles, California.
That's true.
And-
And I found a few places, including Soylent. Soylent does not ship to Canada. I think it only ships to the U.S. You can only buy Soylent in the U.S. as far as I know, unless you buy it off of eBay.ca.
or like Amazon.
But I didn't want to make a regular habit of having the only thing I consumed be something I bought off eBay. Just because that felt a little bit sketchy.
Yes.
And also it's more expensive on eBay because people are reselling
Did
it.
you say this is the only thing you consume?
That was an exaggeration. It's not.
Okay. People are gonna freak out for a second.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, "Excuse me, you can't consume only cow fuel."
It's called Milk Fuel. There are several events that I go to, like maybe 2.5 on average events a week where I get a free meal. So I eat those, and there have been a couple of periods here and there where I run out of milk fuel and I'm waiting to get more in the mail. So I eat other food during that time.
Wait.
And also you have to drink water like regular. It doesn't replace water at all, it just replaces food.
There's this magical thing. It replaces water and food, and it comes to you. And it comes to you in this magical pouch that gets delivered by a store.
I mean, you could just water down milk fuel and drink that.
That's
and
true.
Use that as a replacement for
Boom!
both. But it would,
Life hacks! #1 life hack 2018! Medium rare life hacks! That's what we're going to title this YouTube video.
You could have
is that like medium rare vines?
Yes, exactly. All new, medium rare, never seen before life hacks. Put water in your milk fuel.
So, what I was trying to say before is I did a systematic search through the cheapest, like starting with the cheapest one and working my way towards more expensive ones for all of the meal replacement drinks that I could find. And I found a website that listed like 100 of them or something.
Yeah.
So there are quite a few. And there were several that I found that only shipped to Europe. But the cheapest one I found that ships to Canada is Milk Fuel. And that includes the price of the milk that you have to mix with it, because most of the drinks you just mix with water. But even if you factor in the cost of the milk, and I also factored in the cost of me going to the store on a regular basis to buy the milk because time is money.
Wow.
Dedicated. You heard him. Time is money. He's worth it. His time, that's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth something.
Even factoring that in, milk fuel is still the cheapest according to my calculations.
Whew.
So it comes out to more than I would pay directly.
Take the lane! Sorry. Take the lane! You do it. You seize that lane.
Seize it.
Oh, I'm going kind of fast.
Like seize it.
It comes out to more direct, like it comes out to more than $1 a meal. And I can get pretty close to $1 a meal if I'm buying like pasta and oatmeal and stuff.
Yeah.
But it saves me so much time every day that it's totally worth it. If you consider your time to be worth $15 or more an hour.
And personally, I consider my time to be worth $54 an hour. Of course, no one will pay me that yet, but I'm certain that when my brain, when the ability is unlocked for my brain to be used as a supercomputer, $54 an hour, easy. Plug me into the mainframe. I'll design you a website. I'll hack the world. That's right, I can hack the world. I can make infinite money.
What do you mean?
I can make infinite money and free energy. Just plug me into the interwebs. I'm like Johnny Depp from that movie. No one saw that movie because it was terrible, but I went and saw it in theaters because I was young and foolish.
What movie was it?
It's a movie where like Johnny Depp's mind, sorry, a character Johnny Depp plays, not Johnny Depp's actual mind, but a character that Johnny Depp plays in a movie, he like dies and then somehow they like plug his mind into the internet and then he becomes like this all-knowing being.
Who's dead?
Yes. Who's dead? Anyway, no, I mean, it wasn't the worst movie. It's kind of entertaining, you know, as movies with all-knowing beings in them are. So, yeah. My time is worth much money.
And also, I want to say, all of the flavors of milk fuel that I've tried really taste good.
Really?
because I haven't tried other meal replacements, but some people think that they won't like the flavor, or it'll just taste like drinking sludge.
Yeah.
And honestly, to me, it tastes like chocolate milk, the chocolate flavor of milk fuel.
Do you have some with you?
Not with me, no.
Darn!
I left it back at my place.
Oh, come on.
So, how do these come? Are they like in bottles?
It's a bag of powder.
Okay.
It's a resealable bag, like you might get a small bag of oatmeal. And it's brown powder, so you can get it in regular, which I would only get if I was going to mix it with some kind of flavoring, like fruit or something.
Yeah.
And chocolate and cinnamon, and there might be, I think there's vanilla.
Yeah.
It's not as sweet as chocolate milk, but it has the flavor of chocolate milk.
Add sugar to it.
Wait.
So-
to be clear, this comes in the mail, right?
Yeah, I order it online and it comes in the mail.
So you like order.
Amazon?
So you go on like Amazon.
It's not Amazon. They have their own website, but
Oh,
okay.
so you go on callous.farts.tastegood.com and you you ask them to mail you an indescript resealable bag full of some kind of white powder, which you proceed to put in your milk and then consume.
pretty much, yep.
Cool. Yeah. All right.
And
Sweet.
I mean, I am trusting that they're not messing with it,
Yeah.
but I think like you're trusting any company that you eat food, that you buy food from, that they're not messing with it, and it's
Did they plug your mind into the mainframe?
it's a meal replacement to the point that you can look down the nutrition facts.
Yeah.
And because you're supposed to eat 4 meals in a day, the nutrition facts for one meal, everything is 25% or more.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's 25% of your daily calories, 25% of your daily vitamin A, vitamin K,
25% your
vitamin B12, all kinds of stuff.
Sweet. Yeah, so do you just like carry this around with you awkwardly, or do you like pre-mix it and then like take it with you to school? Like, what do you do?
Put it in like a water bottle.
I haven't actually taken it to school much at all, just because I only really started drinking it once exam period started for UVic.
Yeah.
So I usually drink it out of a mason jar. So I could make about 2 meals worth of it in a mason jar and take it to UVic if I wanted to.
Oh, cool.
I don't know how it would do, like if I was going to UVic for 8 hours. I don't know how it would survive 8 hours since it's unrefrigerated milk.
Yeah.
It might be fine. I'm not sure. But
I'm not sure. Maybe we should Google that at some point, so we can like put like a disclaimer on the pod, like the beginning of the next pod episode, where it's like, do not drink milk that has been left out for 8 hours. Do not, please don't. Do not poison yourself because we said on the pod. But I think that I'm sure that if you leave milk out for like 2 hours, it hasn't gone bad.
right.
Yet. I don't know about 8 hours.
I mean, we have milk in our trunk right now.
That's true. There's milk in our trunk, and it's gonna be there for a little while. So if we pull it out and it's chunky, we'll let you know.
I mean,
We'll let you know.
it's pretty cold outside, so let's hope that more of the air out
True.
there than the air in here goes in. 'Cause the air in
Trunk's
here
pretty
is
cold. Trunk's
really
pretty
hot.
cold.